Medieval London in the early 1300s was one of the largest and busiest cities in Europe. Long before the Black Death arrived, London was already crowded, noisy, and full of movement. It was a city built on trade, work, faith, and survival. People came from across England and beyond, believing that life inside the city walls offered more opportunity than the countryside. This was not a clean or comfortable city by modern standards. Streets were narrow. Buildings were packed tightly together. The air was often thick with smoke, animal smells, and waste. Still, London was the center of English life. It was where money moved, laws were enforced, and power was visible. Thanks to medieval maps, records, drawings, and written accounts, we can now rebuild a clear picture of what London looked like before the Black Death changed everything. These sources allow us to step into a living city that had no idea how close it was to disaster. Imagine approaching London from the countryside. Fields and small villages slowly fade behind you as roads become busier. Carts loaded with food, firewood, and goods move toward the city. Travelers walk alongside animals, merchants, and messengers. In the distance, the stone walls of London rise above the land, built to protect the city from attack. As you draw closer, you hear the city before you see it clearly. Church bells ring across the skyline. Smoke rises from hundreds of hearth fires. The noise of people, animals, and trade fills the air. London announces itself long before you pass through its gates. At the city gates, guards control entry. Merchants pay fees to bring goods inside. Farmers arrive with produce to sell. Visitors wait their turn, carrying bags, tools, or letters. Once inside the walls, everything feels tighter, louder, and more intense. The streets are narrow and crowded. Timber-framed buildings lean inward, blocking sunlight. Upper floors stretch over the street, making the passageways feel even smaller. People move carefully to avoid carts, animals, and open drains. There is no separation between work, home, and street life. London's main roads are always busy. People walk shoulder to shoulder. Horses pull wagons loaded with goods. Children run between adults. Dogs roam freely. Vendors shout to advertise their products. The city never truly becomes quiet. Markets are the center of daily life. Cheapside is one of the busiest areas in the city. Stalls fill the street, selling bread, meat, fish, vegetables, cloth, tools, and household items. Food dominates the market. Fresh fish arrives daily from the River Thames. Butchers display meat openly. Bakers sell loaves made early that morning. Bargaining is expected. Prices change constantly depending on supply, weather, and demand. Buyers inspect goods closely. Sellers shout loudly to attract attention. The market smells of food, animals, smoke, and people. It is loud, crowded, and full of movement. Trade gives London its strength. Entire streets are dedicated to specific crafts. Blacksmiths shape metal in open workshops. Tailors sew clothing. Shoemakers work leather. Weavers create cloth. Apprentices learn skills from masters, often starting as children. Guilds control much of this work. Each trade belongs to a guild that sets rules, controls prices, and protects its members. Guild membership offers security and respect, but it also limits competition. Not everyone is allowed to succeed. The River Thames is the city's main transport route. Roads are slow and dangerous, but the river allows goods to move quickly. Boats crowd the water, carrying food, building materials, and people. Ships arrive from across England and Europe, bringing wine, cloth, spices, and metal goods. London Bridge crosses the Thames and serves as more than a crossing. It is lined with houses, shops, and businesses. People live and work on the bridge itself. Traffic moves slowly as carts, animals, and pedestrians fight for space. From the bridge, the city feels alive and unstoppable. Near the river stands the Tower of London. Before it became famous mainly as a prison, it serves many purposes. It is a fortress, a royal residence, a treasury, and a symbol of authority. Its stone walls remind everyone of the king's power. Prisoners, nobles, and officials all pass through its gates. Churches dominate the skyline. Medieval London is deeply religious. St. Paul's Cathedral stands at the heart of the city, drawing large crowds each day. Smaller churches are scattered throughout neighborhoods. These buildings are not just places of worship, but centers of community life. Religion shapes daily routines. Church bells mark the hours. Holy days interrupt work. People attend services regularly, seeking guidance and protection. Faith offers comfort, but also fear. Many believe illness, famine, and disaster are signs of God's judgment. Homes in medieval London vary greatly depending on wealth. Wealthy merchants live in large houses with multiple floors, stone foundations, and private courtyards. These homes have glass windows, furniture, and storage space. They show success and status. Most people live in much smaller spaces. Ordinary families crowd into single-room houses or rented rooms. Several families may share one building. Privacy is rare. Space is limited. Fire is a constant danger because most buildings are made of wood. Sanitation is poor. Waste is thrown into streets or nearby rivers. Open drains run through neighborhoods. Clean water is hard to find. Wells are shared, and contamination is common. Disease spreads easily in crowded conditions. Despite this, life continues. Children work early, helping parents or learning trades. Women manage households, sell goods, and run businesses. Widows often take over their husband's work. Survival requires constant effort. Law and order exist, but enforcement is uneven. City officials patrol streets, but resources are limited. Punishments are public and harsh. Thieves may be whipped, fined, or executed. Public justice is meant to discourage crime. London is a city of strong contrasts. Wealth and poverty exist side by side. Rich merchants host large meals while beggars wait outside churches for charity. Homeless people sleep wherever they can find shelter. Entertainment exists, but it is simple. Storytellers, musicians, and performers entertain crowds during festivals. Public celebrations take place on holy days. These moments offer relief from daily hardship. Education is limited. Most people cannot read or write. Knowledge is passed down through practice and spoken word. Monasteries preserve books and learning, but access is restricted to a few. Food shortages are common. Bad harvests lead to hunger. Prices rise quickly. Poor families struggle the most. Overcrowding makes problems worse. Fire is one of the greatest dangers. With buildings packed tightly together and built from wood, fires spread quickly. Entire neighborhoods can burn in hours. After fires, rebuilding begins immediately. Despite all this, London continues to grow. Merchants expand businesses. Craftsmen train apprentices. Families plan futures. The city feels strong and permanent. Before the Black Death, few people understand how vulnerable the city truly is. Life continues as it always has. Markets stay busy. Ships arrive daily. Bells ring across the skyline. People believe London will continue to grow and prosper. They cannot imagine what is coming. When the plague arrives later in the century, it will move quickly through this crowded city. Streets will empty. Churches will overflow with the dead. Entire families will disappear. London will never be the same. But before that moment, medieval London stands as a powerful example of human effort and survival. It is a city shaped by work, belief, and routine. A city built without knowing how fragile it truly was. Through surviving records, we can walk its streets again. We can hear its noise, see its crowds, and understand the lives of people who lived just before history changed forever. As we leave medieval London before the Black Death, we are reminded that great cities are shaped not just by power and wealth, but by ordinary people living day by day, unaware of how close they are to transformation. Thousands of chronicles, woodcuts, and illustrations survive from medieval London. Crowded streets, towering churches, and lives pressed tightly together, frozen just before everything changed. With modern tools, we can step back into this world and walk the city as it once was, reconnecting with a London shaped by faith, labor, trade, and survival. But this city, full of noise and life, stood unknowingly on the edge of catastrophe. The Black Death would soon arrive, forever altering its streets and its people. Medieval London was only one chapter in a much larger human story. So tell us, what forgotten place or moment in history should we explore next? Your choice could shape our next journey into the past. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again, before history changes forever.